Nativity of Christ. So going for us like I normally do. When It's Warm in the Middle of Winter by Yulia Kulakova. Come on, Dad, a little more. Sergei Grigorievich obediently took another step, and finally, holding his daughter's hand, he sat down on a bench at the entrance on a small rug that she had laid for him. Now, Dad, breathe the air. We'll watch the series further, right? Lena sat down next to him. Her hair was cut and dyed in some desperate eggplant color. Wrinkles, of course, wrinkles. Lena is already many, many years old. Oh, excuse me, let me start over. I'm trying to translate. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. Come on, Dad, a little more. Sergei Grigorievich obediently took another step, and finally, holding his daughter's hand, he sat down on a bench at the entrance on a small rug that she had laid for him. Now, Dad, breathe with air. We'll watch the series further, right? Lena sat down to her. His hair was cut and dyed in some desperate eggplant color. Wrinkles, of course, wrinkles. Lena herself is many, many years old. He's just living in the world, he said aloud. Lena did not understand. Apparently, she did not listen. Turn on, she pressed something on her phone. Her father did not dare to tell her that he did not like to watch TV series on the phone screen about painted Cinderellas looking for a Moscow prince in a rich car, or about well-groomed bandits who, for some reason, were almost never caught by the police. That it was hard for him to go down 5 steps of the stairs from the first floor every day, barely crawling to the bench and sitting on it in any weather and heat and cold. Today, his daughter, like a child, helped him put on warm winter pants she brought without him, and it's embarrassing and you can't refuse. You wouldn't buy it yourself, and I wouldn't wear it myself. Here it is, senile infirmity. When they sit at the entrance, house grandmothers usually begin to flock to them. Grandmothers, he named them, but some are younger than Lena. It was they who got their daughter to sit here, even in the frost and the snow. You sit and it snows from above, talking of grandmothers on the hoods like snowmen, giggles Tatiana Markovna from the 3rd floor. And Sergei Grigorievich wants to say something else, a difficult one. As if they are no longer alive, he outlived his Zoya. Why did you survive? What to do now? There's no reason to complain. Lena moved in with him a long time ago. She looks after him, washes, cooks. They sold her small family farm on the outskirts when it was very difficult. Here they live now. As the fairy tale said, they live and chew bread. His mother told him fairy tales as a child. The hostess was my mother. How widowed, and they were left alone. Every night she told him something before going to bed. He works all day, and then he will tell a fairy tale, and then he will rustle around the house, and he's already falling asleep. Some fairy tales seem strange to him. For example, about some wonderful baby who was born in the hay among the cattle, and his mother was very young, and they were guarded by an old man. And there was also another grandfather, Nikolai, whom hungry children allegedly once asked for bread in their village, and he did. And then the adults said that they had not seen any grandfather, or how the same grandfather brought gifts to everyone, especially the poor, and fulfilled their wishes. Mom did not explain anything. The son already understood as an adult who she was talking about. He never read anything about the faith, about the church, and did not learn anything himself. I've only seen how churches are erected in modern times, how people go there, especially at Christmas and Easter. He and Zoya told their daughters that there is no God, and then what do people go to pray? Lena, a principled schoolgirl, was excited. Yes, more holidays, more fun, Sergei Grigorievich joked. Well, I can bake an Easter cake, boasted Zoya. Until her death, she baked something. There was always smell of bread and pies in the house, but her love for housekeeping was not passed on to her daughters. Although, if you think about it now, Zoya had some kind of special attitude towards household chores. Not like her mother. Mom seemed to fly rejoicing in his dear wife as if she was carrying a burden, albeit honorable and obligatory, as if she clung to it as some kind of foundation, a core in life. Lena did not get married. I always said I felt good as it is, but he was a good fiance. Zoya even persuaded her. About a month ago, Lena put her head on his shoulder. Father, yes, daughter, it's so lonely. Why didn't you marry me? Sergei Grigorievich did not answer. A single word cannot say anything, and words were difficult to say today, especially when my head ached at the changes in the weather. Yesterday it was slush, and today it was frosty. And Lena moved away. She shook her head. It looked a little scary and said, "Something's found. Don't listen. We're good together, aren't we? Now the soup will be cooked." He did not want to think about his daughter, the youngest, Natasha. It was Zoya who dissuaded her from getting married, but she insisted on her own. Zoya got angry and Natasha ran away. She and her husband left for another city. I called, but Sergei Grigorievich and Zoya kept a proud grudge and talked on the phone coldly, as if they had been forced to do so. Even when a gentle voice began to ring in the background of conversations, the voice of their granddaughter. Now Natasha called only to wish her a happy new year, and Lena talked to her quickly and abruptly. How did it happen? How stupid everything seems now. I wish that old man from my mother's fairy tales fulfilling wishes would come here. Nicholas, St. Nicholas, Santa Claus in Western terms, is the one who is responsible for their gifts and wishes. On the phone screen, a young actress suffered, who was awkwardly put pillows on her stomach. Her heroine was pregnant from some scoundrel. Len Sergei Grigorievich unclenched his lips. And the holiday, Nikolai, when? What's wrong with you? Lena frowned, stopping the video. Although Valeria Vitalievna is coming, now we will ask. Maybe she knows. She told us all about the holidays here, remember? Valeria Vitalna. Come here. Good luck to you. I'm in a hurry. My grandchildren are coming, the neighbor announced, with lips crimson from lipstick. What's wrong with you? Yes, Dad asked when the feast of St. Nicholas is. Yes, it's been a week, and what did you want, Sergei Grigorovich? He moved his lips. I just remembered something of mine for the day, Lena translated. Thank you, and she looked at her father reproachfully. In the evening, his daughter sat down next to him on the sofa, the phone in her hands again. Here, look, they show how our city was decorated. They won't show you much in the news, but here you can see. Sergei Grigorievich looked as if fascinated at the wonderful lights and garlands. What heavy thoughts piled up with a renewed force. Some years ago, he drove along these streets in his car, cheerful and confident in the future. But there was a big store in that house. He bought boots for Zoya in it, Lenka even then. When can I be so beautiful? And he told her, and when you grow up, and Zoya, even your husband will buy you. Lincoln was small, so there was no one to buy for her. Now he is taking care of her old father. This the kind of life that she had dreamed of? And can it be important in life in general? Especially now when not only he, but also Lena has less and less strength. The new mayor has done his best. Look, Lena pointed her finger. Look at the decorations and with stars. Sergei Grigorievich apparently was dozing off because the lights before his eyes blurred and he heard his mother's song about a distant star that led to the newborn baby. There was something about the fact that he was born in winter, but he is not cold because even a donkey wants to warm him. Or is it not? In some program they once told about Christmas carols, but there was no such song, and children often knocked at their door at Christmas in the morning to ask for sweets and carol, but they did not sing carols. Dad, why are you falling asleep? His daughter gently touched his hand. Why? He suddenly started purring some kind of melody, she laughed. And suddenly he sighed. Dad, well, why have you grown old? That shop again, it's cold, but if Lena wants it so much, why not sit down? Doesn't it matter at all what he would do now, a decrepit old man? It's good that there are no grandmothers today. Otherwise, well, it's just chickens on the roost, and so is he, cur. Yesterday he tossed and turned, could not sleep, and I thought about the stars on the Christmas trees, which are in honor of the Christmas star. and he turned either to the star or to someone for whom it was to do something. He thought that someone's mother knew about this for sure, so neither worked for life itself. He became an unbearable burden for her. She knew but did not teach. Mom, did you hear? So I fell asleep. Sorry, this is translation. It's cold here. It's minus 20 at my house right now. My feet are even cold in the cabin. Slowly, somehow majestically, fluffy snow began to fall on what was flower beds in the summer on the road along the house. A human figure appeared on the road. It's getting closer and closer. A girl in a light fur coat with blonde hair from under a fluffy hat. Maybe she's completely lost her mind and she sees children's fairy tales. The snow maiden is coming. Grandpa. Lena gasped, almost dropping the phone, and pressed her hand to her chest, and Sergei Grigorievich's heart fluttered as if it had woken up. What a voice, and the features are native. Natasha in her youth. Grandpa, Aunt Lena. Natasha Nastenka. Lena intercepted her, hugged her, held her in her arms. Sergei Grigorievich even managed to be offended by Lena. Even a tear welled up. But the girl rushed to him, almost slipped, kissed him on the icy cheeks, and quickly sat down next to him. Grandfather, I finally saw you. How much I persuaded Mom and Dad to come. They showed me all your photos with Aunt Lena. Aunt Lena sent me. But you understand how much it cost me to come like this, to fly across the country. They will come up now. Mom stopped there with Dad on the corner to see the old square where they met. They are already coming. And I didn't know where they met, thought Sergei Grigorievich, and he cried. For some reason, Lena also cried. This is how they were seen by the ruddy Natalia Sergeevna and her husband, who ran up. The daughter and her family will leave you for the hotel only late in the evening after a long, warm conversation, after a treat which will be quickly prepared altogether. Sitting Sergei Grigorievich more comfortably in an armchair next to him and not in the hall to watch the news. The next day they will return and Lena will be smiling, and Sergei Grigorievich will have the strength to go to the city center and see for himself how decorated it is and how the new mayor has done his best. Especially for this trip, the son-in-law will rent a comfortable car and take Sergei Grigorievich along the elegant streets, past new tall buildings, past domes with crosses reaching into the sky. And today, joyful, they will simply leave the snow-covered courtyard, 5 of them, for an old apartment on the first floor. It will get dark outside, and the bright, bright first star will lighten up the black sky. Yulia Kuliakova, January 5th, 2026. So thanks for joining me, brothers and sisters. God bless. I love you all, and God loves you even more than I can ever express. Hope to see you again on the next one, God willing.